Hey everyone, what's up? It's me Inaya Kausari, and today we're going to be learning about JavaScript if-else ternary operators. So now you might know about if-else statements, but you might not know about the ternary operators. So now let me say, like, a ternary operator is like a short version for an if-else statement. So I'll just explain you it in more understandable way. But yeah, but before we get started, if you guys are new to this channel, then make sure to subscribe and turn on those post notifications so that you're gonna find every single time I post a new video. And also give this video a big like, and let's get started. Okay, so now as I said earlier, an ternary operator is a short version for an if-else statement. So it's because, like, ternary operators always has like three statements. Like, maybe let me just show you in code so that you understand it even better. Okay, so now as you guys can see, like, I have already written an if-else statement here. Like, I've declared a variable named number and assigned it a value as 50, and then declared a variable as message, and then wrote an if-else statement. So like, if number is smaller than or equal to 50, then the message should be you have average. Otherwise, the message should be you have a lot, and then console.log message. So now, if you see this in the console tab, you can see it clearly works the same. It clearly works okay, as it needs to be working. Like, you have average. Now, if I change it to 500, just added a zero, it says you have a lot. So it works perfectly fine, as it needs to be. Now let's say you need to write this. Let's say there are many if-else statements written in your page, and you need a lot. Like, you want to make this even more simplified and write it in just one line. And yes, that is possible by using if-else ternary operator. Okay, so for a ternary operator, first there should always be a condition, and then a question mark, and a statement, and then a colon, and then another statement. Okay, so now this line might be a little confusing for you guys, because yeah, it is kind of confusing. I mean, for the people who just see it really new, it is kind of confusing, because like, a condition, then a question mark, and then a statement, and then another, and then a colon. Like, bruh, what? But whatever, it's not like that. It is how it should be. Okay, so for this condition, let me just write down this. So let's copy it and paste it here. Copy this, paste it here. Okay, and then finally copy this and paste it here, and then write here message equal number. Now it might be a little understandable, but not fully, so let me explain it. So now here I've written message equals. So now in the above, I have declared the variable message, but I have not assigned a value to it. Now in later, we can also assign a value to it. So message equal, and then I have assigned the value, the if else statement. Okay, and then here it is like if. So this the statement, whatever the condition, whatever is before the question mark, it is like an if condition. So if number is smaller than or equal to 50, then whatever comes after question mark is the statement. Okay, so like, if a number is smaller than or equal to 50, then you need to print you have average, and this colon means the else, like, otherwise you have a lot. So it's like, the colon means the else statement. So message, you have a lot. So instead of writing like that, and by the way, you might know, like, you might not understand what I have written like message, because like, it cannot, like, in this if else statement I have written message two times, and here we can just simplify it and just write it once. Okay, so now you can clearly see, like, it will work clearly fine. Like, if I comment this down and still print this out, it says you have average because the number is 50. Now if I say 500, it still says you have a lot, and that's amazing because it works fine. Okay, so now What if in your if statement there are multiple else if statements? Like what if it is a nested if else statement? What would you do? Like can we make it even shorter? Let's see it. So we can make it shorter in a ternary operator, but it doesn't get into one line. But let's just see what happens, okay? So let's just uncomment it, okay? And write down an if statement here. If number equals 0, message equal you have, oops, okay, you have, oopsie, okay, you have nothing, okay. And then let's change it to else if, okay, else if, okay. So now it's okay. So here I've written a nested if else statement, like if number equals, if number triple equals 0, then the message should be you have nothing. And then check else if number is smaller than or equal to 50, then the message should be you have average. Else, just otherwise just print out you have a lot. So now let's just comment down this and let's see if this if else block works or not. Okay, so now the number is 500, so we need to expect it to write down you have a lot. Okay, let's see. And yes, it has, you have a lot. Now if we just write down 0, it says you have nothing, and just 50, it says you have average. And that's how it needs to work, and that's good. But now think like we need to turn it into a ternary operator. How would we do it? Okay, so let's see. So first, just like before, we assign the message value to it. Okay, so message, okay, message equal number, and then triple equals 0, then the question mark, and what we need to do. So you have nothing, and then a colon. And now what do we do? Now we need to start a parenthesis. Now why do we need to start a parenthesis? The question is, so it's because you have a nested if else statement. So think, let's say you have too many else if statements, and you cannot just write down in one line. That's completely not fair and weird, it looks weird actually. So what you need to do in JavaScript, it is like you need to start a set of parentheses, and then write down the if else if statement. So let's write the another else and this else if statement. Okay, so number is smaller than or equal to 50, then print you have average. Okay, so now you have an else statement. For an else statement, you don't need a parenthesis, so you can just write down a colon, and then otherwise you have a lot. Okay, now if you save it, like it just writes down like this, whatever. Prettier just did that, whatever. So now if you comment down this, okay, and see if this block of code works. Let's see if it does. Okay, so now the number is 50. It says you have average. Let's change the number into 70. Okay, it says you have a lot. And let's change the number to 0. It says you have nothing. Now it's working completely fine as we thought it should, and it is working completely fine, which is amazing. But there's one problem, because like if you keep be using a ternary operator for like the nested if else statement, that would be a big problem. Because like um if I ask you a question like which can you understand better, like this if else statement, if this if else block, or this one. So I know most of you will say this one, because it's clear, like if number triple equals to 0, then you have nothing. Else if number is smaller than or equal to 50, then we say you have average. Otherwise, just say you have a lot. And this is also the same thing, but it's kind of a bit difficult to read. So now this kind of like takes a bit time for our brain to understand like what it is, and it's kind of it a bit kind of really difficult actually. Okay, even though I wrote it, I kind of find it difficult if even I just like look into one once just newly. If I look at it, will be really difficult to read. So it's really better if you use an if else block if else statement for a nested if else statement, because just think about it, like you have multiple else if statements, and you think of writing and ternary operator, and you kind of write it, and it's kind of really messy, and whoever looks at the code, they just can't understand it, like, oh my gosh, that's so difficult to read, right? Exactly. So remember this, like whenever you have to write down a nested if else statement, then you make sure to use just the if else statement instead of writing the ternary operator. You don't need to write a ternary operator if it is a nested if else. And it's not like wrong or something, but it's kind of really difficult to read actually. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say you guys, okay? So yeah, and also guys, if you have not seen my previous video on if else statement, you can watch it, I'll link it down below in the description to watch it, okay? So yeah, that's what I wanted to explain you guys. I hope you like and understood it and learned something from this video. Okay, so yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then make sure to give this video a big like and subscribe to my channel. Also hit the bell icon so that you get notified every single time I post a review. And also comment down below what you think how the video this is, and if you have any doubts you can write it down in the comments. I'll clear it, okay? So yeah, now I'll meet y'all in my next video. Till then, take care and bye.